Hello and welcome back to another baking video. This is where we bake vegan goods and this is Project Vegan. Let's get baking. Okay, so for today's video we're going to be using up pumpkin because I know in the States and other parts of the country it is very much fall pumpkin season, getting into colder weather. It's the opposite here, but we do have a pumpkin that I want to use up. So we're going to be making either pumpkin muffins or pumpkin cake. Yet to be decided. I'll wait till I make the batter and make a last minute decision, and it'll be in the title of the video. So this is a very simple recipe. It can go both ways. It's obviously a shorter cooking time if you're going for muffins, but either way it tastes amazing, lovely moist cake or muffins, and tastes even better. So we'll just get straight into the cooking part. It's also a very simple recipe, I might point out. It's wet ingredients, dry ingredients, put them together and put them in the oven. Don't need a lot of skills. We're not going to do an icing. They taste pretty good without the icing. However, if you were going for an icing, maybe a cream cheese kind of, more of a savoury kind of icing with some cinnamon or something on top would be perfect. To start off with, you're going to want to preheat your oven. Preheat it to either 375 Fahrenheit or approximately 180 degrees Celsius. I've got my oven on fan bake, which should speed up the cooking process a little bit more. Just means the fan's going and heats the whole oven. Right, let's get started. I'm just going to start by putting 1 3/4 cups of flour into my bowl. Flour. 1 cup plain white sugar, 1/2 cup brown sugar, doesn't have to be tightly packed, just 1/2 cup. Baking soda, not baking powder. Oops, there's got to be a better way to do this. 1 teaspoon, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, or just a couple twists. Now for the spices. Right, we got, obviously feel free to change these to taste and liking, but maybe after the first time you've made them. Whoa. Right, we've got 1 teaspoon, 2 teaspoons. Those were not full teaspoons because it was spilling around the edges, I know. 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg and of ground cloves. So that's all our dry ingredients done and dusted. And we'll give them a quick mix, give it a mix all together. Smells good. Okay, alright. I'm set this aside. And we are going to start on our wet ingredients. So the recipe calls for 1 15-ounce can of pumpkin puree, so 420 grams, or a 420 gram can of pumpkin puree, but I'm going to be using the fresh pumpkin, so I weighed out 420 grams of fresh pumpkin, chopped it up into really tiny pieces, boiled it over the stove, and now it is completely boiled and I mashed it with a potato masher, or I could have put it in a blender, but mine's still hot, so I'm going to add that into the bowl here, add the rest of the wet ingredients, and that'll just about be it. Time to combine them, and it's a really simple recipe, as I said. 420 grams of pumpkin, a teaspoon of vanilla, 1/2 cup of coconut oil, and last ingredient would be 2 eggs, but instead of the eggs, we're going to be using fizzy water. This is a great egg substitute. 1/4 cup per egg. Now obviously if you're just doing dairy free, you can definitely use eggs. Add that in. Grab my trusty spoon. Give it a mix. I'm just trying to mix it best I can. This is what it currently looks like. And now I'm going to pour wet into dry ingredients. Yummy! And then you just want to combine these until combined. So it doesn't matter if your mixture is a little bit lumpy like mine, that's not the end of the world. You just don't want to overmix it, and you want to make sure you get all the flour off the bottom of the bowl. Now it's time to put it in our tin. Now I've gone with a cake because I haven't used this cake tin and I want to see how it'll turn out. I'm not sure if it'll rise enough for this, and I know it's going to take a very long time to cook, about 45-50 minutes probably, and I'll have to check on it regularly, but I want to give it a go. So. But definitely just do muffins. If you're going to do muffins, it's like the recipe says, 20-ish minutes. Unless you've got your oven on fan bake like me, it'll be less. Probably closer to 10 or so. Not 10, sorry. 20 or 15. Righty, and just like that, I've got a pumpkin cake. It's ready to go in the oven. It'll go in the oven, and I'll see you guys back here when it's all cooked and cooled. And we'll flip it over. See how it turned out. I'm excited. Alrighty, so we are cooked and cooled. It turned out a little bit uneven, so there's a big bump on the bottom side of it, which is a little bit annoying, and it's still a little bit warm, especially in the middle, where it can't cool down as much. It's nice and cool on this side, but we're going to hope for the best and hope to get it all out in one piece. So here goes nothing. Oh, I felt it. Hang on. Ready? Ta-da! Look at the little sting. I definitely need to cut the base if I'm going to take photos or anything like that, but there we have it. Pumpkin cake, which looks nice and soft on the middle there, and it's going to have a little bit of crunch on the edges where the sugar's gone or caramelized. I'm going to leave it as is and then take a slice and try it. I do know it's really good. It's really moist, it's soft, it's lovely. In this particular tin, so it'll change, it'll take longer if there wasn't a hole in the middle. But it took 40 minutes to cook, only 40 minutes, which was amazing. I think I'll be using this more often because it took so much of the cooking time down. But that's all for today's video. This is my pumpkin seasonal cake. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to see another recipe, a lemon loaf recipe, it'll be up in this corner here. Check it out. If you like my content, please consider hitting the like and subscribe button. It means a lot to me. And yeah, that concludes today's video. So I'll see you in the next one. See ya.